Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's Noble Beer Reviews. Today I have another beer from Wooden Robot Brewing Company out of Charlotte, North Carolina. This beer is called Double Juice Island. This is the first time they released this in cans. I'm actually not sure. This might be the first time they've ever made this in general because I don't ever remember them making it. I also actually don't even ever remember them making Juice Island before they did the first cans of those. But that was a while ago. They did the Juice Island ones. So I'm excited that they did another canning run. And the description just says double India Pale Ale made with local barley and oat malt, Citra and CTZ hops, and it is 8.0 ABV. So I'm going to crack it open and see what we got. So as you can see, it pours a translucent. I don't know. I would even go a little further than that. It's pretty much hazy at this point. A hazy, darker golden color, almost an orange, with slightly less than a finger's worth of fluffy white head. Oh man, that smells good. I always say that these guys locally don't get the credit that they deserve for their beer in general. Especially, they do some really good wild ales and actually do some really nice, just general like lager pilsner type stuff. The one thing they definitely don't get credit for, and it's only because like Heist and Resident Culture are in the same vicinity, is their IPAs, but they make some really, really good IPAs. It's just a lot of them aren't hazy. This one actually happens to be hazy, though, and the ones that they have done that are hazy have been really good. But this smells really, really nice. It's kind of like a slightly dank orange juice with a little bit of over-ripened pineapple and some like peach skins thrown in there. So the dankness, I'm guessing, is definitely from the CTZ, but it's a nice blend between that and the Citra because there is a good bit of like tropical citrusy character too. So, I will say there's a little bit of astringency to this, but maybe it is from the hops, but it's not like, it doesn't seem like the general bittering hop alpha acid burn or bitterness. It's like that kind of over hopped burn type character. But it is mild, but that is like the first thing that I taste. And you do get the booze up front too, which is a little bit unfortunate because it's 8%, which isn't weak, but it's not that strong. But I will sacrifice those like small flaws for the flavor is absolutely fantastic. And you never know. Some of these hazy IPAs last. You can drink them like 2 to 3 months later. Some of them drop off very quickly. So I didn't know. I was getting pretty behind on IPA. So this one is like about exactly a month old at this point. I think it's literally exactly a month. Today's April 26th, and I think it was canned. March 26th. So it's exactly a month old. But I mean, this literally tastes like it came off the line yesterday. It is so fresh. Honestly, this really reminds me of a lot of the Resident Culture beers. I would say it's kind of It's kind of in the realm of the resin culture beers that are a little less refined, but are still really good. That's what this reminds me of. It's not quite to the level of the ones that are like perfect when they come out, but I mean, if you give this a couple more weeks, it might even be there with some of that burn to drop off. Um, but it is so juicy. It's just very, very big, like mango and pineapple. And I know I didn't really get any mango in the nose, but I'm getting it in the taste. And I think part of that is like you get mango when it's ripened has like a little bit of a piney bitterness to it, and I'm kind of getting that out of this. But then after you swallow, like it turns more into just like a citrusy orange juice character. Uh, but the bitterness is just right up front. It doesn't follow in the back. It's not like drinking a super bitter West Coast IPA where it's like burning in the back, not in the like throat, but like on the back of the tongue. I'm not getting that. It's something that's like just right up front. But it really, really does taste super fresh. It's not chalky at all, which sometimes you get with these things. Um, you actually do get a little bit of bready malt, which I appreciate too. It's not like hop water, but it's not like sweet malt either, which I don't like. There's like just the slightest bit. There's just enough malt there to balance out the bitterness, and it actually has some flavor, but it's not like the caramely sweet malt either. Actually, I know this is blasphemous for saying this, but the malt profile in this reminds me of Brew Gentleman a little bit. It is very bready, and almost like crackery, like a Pilsner malt with just a crap ton of hops in it. This is really good, and a friend of mine had told me how much he loved the other one that they released at the same time as this, the Double Dry Hop Mosaic IPA, and I have not done that one, but after having this, I'm really excited to have that because this is really, really good. And this just put them up another notch for me. I love drinking their stuff on tap, but I know since this, I think this was done on like a mobile canning line because the canning they've done have been so far apart. I'm only assuming that they had just been doing it on a mobile canning line because if they actually have their own canning line, I don't know why they wouldn't do it more than once every like 4 or 5 months. But yeah, I mean the fact that this is a month old, so it's definitely held up from what I don't know what it was like fresh, but it tastes super fresh now. I give them props for that, and I know now I'm absolutely, and I wasn't hesitating before, but definitely am not going to hesitate to buy any of their hoppy stuff in cans anymore. The other two that they did were good, but I felt like they fell off really quickly, and they were like their classic West Coast IPAs, which seem to fall off faster anyways. But this is just on another level. This is really, really good. And it's another local brewery, and it also has super awesome hop burps. I just burped a couple small times, and it was literally just like peach ring burps. It's crazy. But again, it's another brewery, in my opinion, that's their IPAs are surpassing Heist locally, so they better watch out. I think that's all I got in this one. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.